Oh my goodness. Did we just really witness a complete game from the Los Angeles Lakers? Are we talking about 48 minutes where they sustained energy and effort? They didn't have a second half drop off, especially in that third quarter. I know the Chicago Bulls are starting to chip away during that lead, but the Lakers were able to sustain that. They're able to carry that on towards the second half and end up beating the Chicago Bulls 118 through the hands of Luka Dončić, who had a very efficient scoring night. There's no question that this Lakers team can put up numbers. The biggest question every single night is, can they defend the basketball? And I think we're starting to see a little glimpse of what they could be if they take more pride on the end of the basketball floor. DeAndre Ayton, got to discuss him. I know you guys hate it, but there's a reason why we have to discuss him and the reason why he is not closing out games. We got a little dipsy-do from Jackson Hayes, what John Ireland likes to call it. We got more trade scenarios. That could happen. One that I got my eye on. Kendrick Perkins making comments in regards to the Lakers. We got all that good stuff. We got a very wonderful Lakers Talk Daily today. But before we do any of that, Pechanga Resort Casino, my beautiful friends at Pechanga Resort Casino, one of the most beautiful resorts I have ever been to. And you can play a perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic. Head on over to Pechanga Resort Casino just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations and for more information. I ain't gonna lie to you. Travis, Sue, all those brothers be out there golfing. I might have to get out there on that course because they talk nothing but great things about it. If y'all ain't checked it out, you guys have to do so. But let's do it. Let's get into it. 129 to 118. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a little worried going into this game against the Chicago Bulls, knowing what happened last year in Chicago. But credit to JJ Redick, credit to the Lakers buying in on that end of the basketball floor. The defense. Until they understand that, I don't know why people have this concept that they can just outscore opponents. No, you got to defend the basketball. I get it. The Chicago Bulls, very young team. They're going to put up numbers. They have been doing a great job with the roster that they have. They're sitting at 23-23. Cool. But the Chicago Bulls gives a lot of teams fit. Kobe White has been a lot better for that basketball team. You got a guy in Josh Giddey who has been playing better basketball. They got a gritty team. They're well coached. And the Lakers did not let their energy and effort take over. The Lakers were able to build off of that win against the Dallas Mavericks, where the Mavericks cut the lead in. They were able to take the lead at one point. And then you're looking at, okay, now the Lakers have to climb back in that game and through the hands of Rui Hachimura and through the hands of LeBron James. And I'm loving Rui Hachimura off the bench. I know a lot of people have been saying that, and we all understand that JJ Redick is one of those that he sees his lineup. He knows the starting group. He's not going to make any adjustments. And the fact that Rui Hachimura is buying into the product, the fact that Rui Hachimura came in after that Mavericks game and said, look, I don't mind me coming off the bench. I don't mind what I have to do to provide different energy from the bench, a different look. As long as we are winning basketball games, he is buying into the product. He understands that, knowing that he could potentially be at a different place come this offseason. He's understanding that his value is still well represented with this Lakers team. He's providing great spark off the bench, and that's what we have been discussing is who can we rely on, not only to defend the basketball, but also who can score off the bench. We look at it, Jared Vanderbilt's not going to be your scorer, but he's going to be your energy and effort guy. You look at Gabe Vincent, who I believe JJ Redick is showing his cards. He's only playing 12 minutes, 0 of 2 shooting. He just has not been in rhythm whatsoever for the Lakers. Don't connect, unplayable. Then you start to look at another guy in Jackson Hayes, who we're starting to see close out a lot more games than DeAndre Ayton. Look, another game where DeAndre Ayton, 22 minutes, 6 points, and only 2 rebounds. I don't know. It's because him and Luka Dončić are not in sync. I don't know. It's because that he's not rolling the right way to the basketball floor. I don't know if he's just not getting in the right spots visibly to be able to score the rock. But you look at that second half, and thank you so much to my guys, Graham and Parker, back there. This picture right here, this happened in the second half, specifically in the fourth quarter. He subbed in. It was an inbounds pass. Nikola Vucevic gets a wide open dunk. Okay, cool. Do you know what happens a couple of possessions later? Out of bounds play. DeAndre Ayton tries to switch onto a guard. Miscommunication with LeBron James. LeBron James has his hands up. DA, what are you doing? You're supposed to be our rim protector. You should be guarding the basket. Why are you going to switch on to a guard out in the perimeter? But that's where the confusion comes in. That's where the philosophy, the JJ Redick and the coaching staff scheme comes into play. They like to switch 1 through 5. But in that scenario, DeAndre Ayton, you're not supposed to switch onto a guard. Normally, and I'm going to get real nerdy right here. Normally, if I'm guarding the inbounds, which I don't know who was guarding inbounder at that moment, but if I'm DeAndre Ayton, I'm the big man. You know that the big man is setting the screen, okay? Wouldn't it make sense for you to communicate and stay back? That way, if someone does try to cut to the basket, you will be there to contest a shot. We don't need you to be guarding someone out in the perimeter. Miscommunication, Chicago Bulls get a wide open dunk. And what does JJ Redick do immediately when he sees that? Immediately. DeAndre Ayton was not on the basketball court for more than 2 minutes. JJ Redick goes straight to his bench. Let's go. Sits him out. We did not see him back on the basketball court. I remember everyone was ecstatic when the Lakers got DeAndre Ayton. And honestly, I heard it this morning. The Lakers are getting the most out of the $8 million of DeAndre Ayton. That is some truth. They probably are. But you see why it's hard to rely on someone like DeAndre Ayton, because his consistency is not there. And I'm not just trying to bash on him, but there is specific evidence that we have been showing you guys these past few games of the reasons why he can't stay on the basketball court. If Jackson Hayes has to close out games and your starting big man, DeAndre Ayton, cannot, that could be a problem. I'm not saying that Jackson Hayes hasn't been playing well, because he has provided a much-needed spark to this Lakers team. His energy on both ends of the basketball court. How is it that Jackson Hayes, is in the right spot when it comes to an alley-oop, when it comes to a dunk, rolling hard to the baskets? Jackson Hayes is even sliding his feet, poking the ball loose in the perimeter. Off this right here, he stole the rock, and what did that lead to? East Bay, between the legs, yam, a dipsy-do is what John Iron likes to call it. And by the way, we got some fun stuff on the second half of this episode. I can't wait to get into the second half of this episode. But credit to Jackson Hayes of stepping up and fulfilling in his role. Why is DeAndre Ayton not fulfilling in his starting role? They're not asking too much out of him. Just be there at the right spot, roll hard to the basket, play with some aggressiveness, play with some anger, and on the defense of the floor, command the paint, rebound at will, protect the paint. You don't have to necessarily be a shot blocker, but if you can contest, hands up, without fouling, forcing difficult shot selections, you are making an impact on the floor. But we have not seen that. I'm going to read these quick stats that I saw. These are the past couple games of DeAndre Ayton. And I got to pull it up real quick. But these are his numbers, these past couple games. So the Toronto game, 25 and 13. Efficient 10 for 10 from him, okay? And then after that, at Denver, 4 points, 8 rebounds. At the Clippers, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Then you follow it up, Dallas, 9 points, 11 rebounds. Then you follow that up, Chicago Bulls, of course. He goes in there, and he has 6 and 2 rebounds. So the drop-off has significantly been there. The numbers don't lie, and honestly, the evidence that we have been showing has not lied. Kendrick Perkins went on on First Take, and he believes that the Lakers are genuinely one big man away. That's what he believes. The Lakers are one big man away from actually being not title contenders, but legit contenders in the Western Conference to give teams a run for their money. That's what Kendrick Perkins is saying with the Lakers. He said that the Lakers could get a guy like Daniel Gafford, which I'm very highly on. He has a good relationship with Luka Dončić. Him and his two-man game with Luka Dončić would significantly be perfect for this Lakers team, and his energy and his effort would take this Lakers team probably to a whole different direction instead of sitting here and have to worry about what kind of DeAndre Ayton on the Lakers going to get because the consistency has not been there. Gabe Vincent, he can't play. He's unplayable. He's not knocking down jump shots, and he gets picked on, unfortunately, on the defensive end of the floor. Don't connect, unplayable. So you're literally looking at relying on Rui Hachimura, which is absolutely fine. I love this change of the lineup and bringing him off the bench. It has been working into his favor and into the Lakers' favor. Then you look at Jackson Ace. He has to play more minutes because DeAndre Ayton can't have the capacity, the assertiveness to stay engaged throughout the entire basketball game. And then you look at the rest of that Lakers rotation. Who else? When I can't wait once again till Austin Reeves comes back into the lineup. He is going to make a big help offensively for this Lakers team. If they can sustain that same level of energy and effort that they did against the Bulls, if they can sustain that second half against the Nuggets, against the Raptors, and that first half against the Mavericks, then we have something cooking a little bit with this Lakers team. They're not guaranteed champions. Let me tell you that right now. I don't believe that they're guaranteed champions or they will make it to the champion NBA Finals. Just saying that right now. But they can make the necessary steps to be a legit contender in the Western Conference if they are engaged, if they buy in on the defensive end of the floor, if they commit a lot more energy on that end of the basketball floor. And I really do hope the Lakers at this point try to play the cards and really try to get off of Gabe Vincent. Try to see if teams will be willing to buy in and don't connect. And I already know that teams are not going to be willing to agree on a contract and trade with DeAndre Ayton, just seeing the numbers and seeing his consistency level not be there. So it's going to be real hard for the Lakers to actually make a real move because you're going to have to offload some of those first-round picks, which the Lakers are going to keep. They're going to hold. Again, don't make a move. Just right out this season, and you have the leadway, you have the flexibility to try to keep on building the right team around Luka Dončić. But if Kendrick Perkins believes that the Lakers are a big man away, I necessarily don't think so. I think this has been a good stretch. The Lakers are now 3-1 on their Eastern Conference road trip. I mean, their 8-game road trip, I should say. They got another tough one against the Cleveland Cavaliers tomorrow. A Cleveland Cavaliers team who has been playing better basketball. They started off slow. I know they have been having a lot of guys in and out of the lineup. That's a story, and that's another topic for tomorrow's episode. But you got to love that the Lakers actually went out there and played a complete game like that against the Bulls. It's showing signs towards the right direction. But you got to get more out of – I just don't know how they can get more out of DeAndre Ayton. But he has to want to do it himself. Him being out of position all the time does not really help this Lakers team, okay? You look at Vanderbilt, great energy, great effort. He's not going to help much offensively. I do believe he's moving better without the basketball in his hands. I believe he's starting to get off the corner three. There's sometimes when you have to take and make it, you got to shoot those wide open ones. He's bringing necessary energy on the basketball court. That helps out the bench production. But there's no one else you can solely rely on besides Hayes, Hachimura, and Vanderbilt right now off that bench. And that is okay. That is okay. We're going to get into that same playoff scenario where hopefully JJ Redick doesn't have to keep only 5 guys on the basketball court. Luka Dončić said it himself in the post. I can't wait for Austin Reeves to come back just so he has the ability to play off ball. And can you imagine Luka Dončić taking a little break off the ball and not having the ball in his hands all the time? Now all of a sudden he gets a little bit of a breather. Has more energy to create more opportunities for others and also to be able to play off of each other. We can finally and hopefully see the 3 in Luka, Austin, and LeBron James on the basketball court. And that could be a beautiful thing that we haven't really seen much this season. But it all starts off with keep on building this momentum. Keep on bringing that energy on that end of the basketball court. Keep on believing into that end of the court because offense has never been the concern for the Lakers. But we got more to talk about. Got some good fun stuff with my guys in the back, Graham and Parker. We'll talk a little more as far as what I believe could be a good fit with Luka Dončić going forward. But before I do any of that, gotta let my partners at Pachanga give you guys a quick word.
At Pachanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pachanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
Talk daily. The Lakers got a good win, a full, complete game against the Chicago Bulls. They look to sustain that effort going in against the Cleveland Cavaliers team, who is a much better opponent than the Chicago Bulls. They've been playing better basketball through these past couple games. Donovan Mitchell has been balling. So it's going to be another good test for the Lakers to see where they are at when they're playing against better teams in the NBA. So I mentioned that my perfect scenario, my perfect fit that can be alongside Luka Dončić. If Kendrick Perkins is saying that they're one big man away, well, I'm going to give you some big men that I feel like can be a great pairing next to Luka Dončić. And honestly, the one that I have been really, really reluctant on is Brooklyn Nets center Nick Claxton. And I know you guys are like, why Nicholas Claxton? Well, let me tell you something. You want to talk about a motor. You want to talk about consistency. You want to talk about being able to be a lob threat. Oh, Nicholas Claxton will be a perfect fit along Luka Dončić. I know the Brooklyn Nets are probably not going to be offloading off of him. I know they really love his what he brings to the table on the basketball court. But if the Lakers can somehow acquire a guy like him who can also defend, protects the rim, everything he does is an ideal fit as far as the two-man game with Luka Dončić. He's going to roll hard to the basket, but he's also going to protect the rim. He's going to rebound. He can switch a little bit and guard the smaller guards because he has a good wingspan. He closes up a lot of space. Nick Claxton could be a perfect fit in the ideal world with Luka Dončić. Remember, you want to get a rim protector just in case Luka Dončić or a guy like Austin Reeves gets blown by. You got a big man there to protect the rim. And then on the other end of the floor, you need a big man that can run. But also, one job is that you better be at that spot to roll right to the basket and get ready for a lob. Because there's moments we see Luka Dončić with DeAndre Ayton. He is sitting there like, right there. You got to roll right there. And the miscommunication, they're just not in sync these past couple of games. And it's really, really hard to say that the Lakers have to close out games, either with Jackson Hayes or they have to go a small ball lineup because they can't rely on him to be there mentally engaged. That was two mental errors. Real quick, when you first got in the game, you checked back into the game. It took 2 minutes for mental errors like that for the Chicago Bulls to get a quick 4 points. Come on. Daniel Gafford, definitely, I agree, could be a perfect fit around Luka Dončić. Of course, they have that chemistry, they have that connection with each other in Dallas. I do also love Derek Lively. I know I'm naming Dallas Mavericks guys, but it's the only real scenario that we can see that is a good fit for Luka Dončić just because we've seen how offensively powerful they were. Who knows? We'll see. I don't think the Lakers are going to be able to acquire a big man of those caliber during the trade deadline because they just don't have that much flexibility. They don't have what teams really need unless they are going to be willing to offload of those draft picks. And remember, I brought up Michael Porter Jr. possibly on the market. I don't think that's going to be the case right now. I brought up a good pairing between him and Nick Claxton. Who knows? I can't wait for the trade deadline. It is right around the corner. If the Lakers truly believe that they are one piece away, if they are a wing player away to actually be title contenders, they better be ready to offload of one of those first round picks, and they better be ready to make a move that is going to really, really get them close to that title. Because if you make a move and you do not win, and you get rid of those first round picks and you get rid of assets that don't necessarily need to be traded right away because you have an offseason fully to really think and come up with a plan to build the right team around Luka Dončić and potentially around Austin Reeves, then you don't want that. Be patient. Be smart. You have your cards right. You already extended your superstar guy. Now it's time to put the puzzles together and fit the right pieces. But I'm going to bring in my guys a little early today because we got a fun one, man. A fun one. My guy is Graham. My guy is P. Bell. What do we got today?
How we doing, my guy? Loving the talk. It's hard to say it every day, especially with the Lakers. It's going to be a new rumor for a trade every day, but love that you preaching the patience. But we had some Showtime Lakers action going on last night, DeAndre. I don't know if you saw this after the game. Obviously, Jackson Hayes had that crazy East Bay dunk, the dipsy do as it's being called. And they had a little debate about it in the Lakers locker room where it ended up saying, Luka was saying, I did that when I was a teen. I did an East Bay dunk. And so sure enough, we went through the files, DeAndre, and we found this footage of Luka when he was 13 years old pulling off the East Bay dunk.
Oh.
Look at him get up in that slow-mo, and he didn't just do it once, DeAndre. He did it twice. We have multiple instances of Luka being able to pull off this East Bay dunk.
Ain't no way that Luka Dončić.
That's our guy right there. Let's take one more look.
Hey, perfect. East Bay, clean, no bobble, none of that, just straight to the. Okay, Luke. Hey, you know what's crazy? I just gotta say this real quick. Is that there was I always get those highlights on my TikTok, right? And I always get those like old school highlights and like remember this player, whatever the case is. And Luka Dončić popped up like remember early rookie year Luka Dončić, and it is crazy to me that he was legit dunking on dudes. He was legit going hard in the paint and legit flushing it off of one. And I'm like, man, where is that Luka Dončić? And I think he has the capability to kind of get, I'm not saying he's going to be dunking on dudes, but if he keeps on getting in better shape, who knows? Could we possibly be seeing more dunks? Now I'm saying he's going to be doing the East Bay like this because obviously what you say, he was 13 years old, Graham. So we possibly won't be getting to that level. But the fact that he is doing stuff like that, hey, the athleticism has always been there. And there's people in the YouTube chat saying that, is that actually Luka Dončić? This has to be AI. I don't know, Graham. I think that is Luka Dončić. Because
I think it's him. Look, we got two different instances, going all the way back to when Luka was a teenager. And I feel like DeAndre, me as well as all the Lakers fans, we all get those clips of rookie year Luka where he was throwing it down all the time. And I feel like the fact that he was doing this when he was 13 and in his rookie year to how his game has progressed now, it just shows how he's been on that professional kind of path the whole way, in that, yes, he had those athletic abilities, but he was more interested in building up that endurance and, being able to knock down jump shots and building his game another way. But DeAndre, Luka ain't the only one that used to be throwing it down. I feel like we call you a ball knower, DeAndre. They don't really understand how you was getting up on that rim. Come on. Man. That's our guy. He Cash Money right there, people. We got, again, no AI. We got multiple looks.
Oh, hey. Man. Look, that was a little baby
one. More time.
That was a little baby one, but we got to bring back that first one. So I was actually playing at a 24-hour fitness out in Costa Mesa. This is my freshman year at Orange Coast College. And we decided, because we had an off day, and we're like, okay, how are we going to get our work in? Because we got tired of doing individual workouts and going through the reps of one-on-one basketball and, doing the two handballs, all that, all those individual workouts. So we're like, we actually want to get some runs. And so I remember we went and there's people out, the game before us. It was packed in that gym. Everyone started to leave though once we got there. No shocker, because you're playing against 5 college athletes. And some team was like, yeah, we'll play against you guys. All right, sure enough. And legit, we were. I remember that play vividly. That's my guy, Ryan. Still play with him to this day. He outletted the ball real quick. I was up ahead. And honestly, I had to come off of one right there and kind of throw it downward thunder. You know? I Hey, like I wasn't really that much of a jumper, if I'm being truly honest with you guys. But that was one of those moments where I was like, oh, I actually got up right there. I normally don't get up like that. Trust me, I'm a below the rim guy. Don't really get up like that. But that's crazy that you guys found that in the archives, man.
Social team, and he can throw it down on multiple defenders. Hold up.
That boy John.
Look at that poster. That's our boy John right there, man.
That boy John getting up like that.
Look at that, man. Between you and John, me and Parker, we can dunk too. I don't know where our videos went. I think they got lost or something in there. But we got to just talk about how, look, man, we know what we're talking about out here. We getting on the rim, one leg, two leg, couple defenders. It doesn't matter for the kids in the back.
Hey, hold on. I got to look at this one more time. John.
This is such a crazy clip when he came into work so casually showing this.
Oh,
hey.
Oh. See, look, I'll give credit to John. John legit. Hey, that's legit what we call a body bag. Yeah, he legit posterized him. So I'll give John. Okay. I know people will call my bluff, but I literally cannot make this up. I was playing the men's league game. It was, last year. And one of my guys didn't end up showing up. My college teammates didn't end up showing up. So I ended up filling in for him. And literally, I cannot make this up. I came off the left wing, and this team ended up playing it as 2-3 zone. I did a ball fake. I did a ball fake on the left side. The defense on that left so the zone's facing this way. On the right hand side, they shifted over and ended up driving in the middle of the lane. And I can't make this up. I went up, and I really wish there was video proof of this. I went up, can't make this up, Graham, and I posterized the dude, and everyone in the gym was like, oh. I really cannot make that up. But the reason why we brought this up, and I'm sure you were going to say this, Graham, is that everyone was so in awe of Jackson Hayes' East Bay dunk, which is really, really incredible. Don't get me wrong. That is a difficult thing to do. But we got guys out here in the social media team that can put the ball on the rim like that as well, man. That's all we're just trying to let them know, Graham.
We're just trying to let them know, DeAndre, that we're not talking crazy. Look, we know what we're talking about here. DeAndre and John getting on that rim. Me and Parker were more ball distributors, our 3-and-D type of thing. But we wanted to show this to show we know what we're talking about. And also just wanted to highlight just how crazy of a run Luka is on right now. The fact that he was pulling off East Bay's at 13, and he looks totally different now. But as you see these stats, he's doing things that have never been done before. I saw someone online say he's got that brawn to him where every time he has a good game, he's breaking records. He's doing things that we've never seen before. So, it's very easy to go numb to this stuff, DeAndre. Here at Lakers Talk Daily Live, we're not only ball knowers, but we're ball appreciators. We can take a step back and really enjoy the terrific basketball that we have here in Los Angeles.
For sure. And Luka Dončić is on a great run. He has been playing better defense, and I'm glad you guys brought up these numbers because it's only showing the product that he's doing on the basketball court. And the Lakers are still in a good position to be successful, but it all just takes them buying in and buying especially in on that defensive end of the floor. But hey, real quick too, I see people in the chat saying like, DFAR, I got to posterize DeMarco and stuff like that.
Oh,
hey, look, I really want to get DeMarco out on the basketball court. That has been my goal. I'm just letting you guys know in the YouTube chat. Our goal is to try to get DeMarco on the basketball court with us, the youngins on the social team, and actually have a full-on game. So we'll see what's up.
Does he know how it's going to go? Has he seen this video, DeAndre? I don't know if he should catch you under the rim.
So I don't think he wants to see me under the rim. I'm letting DeMarco right now know on Lakers Talk Daily that if he's standing below the rim, I'm definitely going to try to get up like that. That's a little baby one, but the first one at 24-hour fitness, I am going to try to do that too, DeMarco Farr. Graham, as always, I appreciate you, my guy. The Lakers have a chance to go 4-1 on the road trip. They got the Cleveland Cavaliers tomorrow night. We'll touch more on that game tomorrow. What moves are Lakers going to make? Are they going to acquire a different big? Rui Hachimura on the bench. Austin Reeves could potentially make his not debut. He could make his return into the lineup real soon. We got all that stuff. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Talk to y'all tomorrow. We out.